All right, everybody. This is another podcast from your favorite group, the Certified Vets. I'm your host, T, and we got to my left,
Riley.
And you also got Duke De Niro.
And John on the tech side.
All right. So I'm going to basically ask one of you guys, and anybody just pop up and say, what's on your mind? What's the hottest thing you think happened in the recent times right now?
I mean, we're going to have to talk about that Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez.
Yeah,
man, you talking about the 17 song EP drop. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
we're pretty much talking about his side of the story.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing right there. A lot of people are upset that Tory took so long to drop his side. Right. But then when he drops his side, it's not what they want to hear. So now they're upset that he dropped his side.
Right. So before we even do that,
yeah,
maybe do a quick recap in regards to this whole Tory Lanez, Meg Thee Stallion situation. Because it's been a while.
It's been a while. But what I can say is nobody knows what happened besides Meg, Tory, and a few individuals that was inside the car.
And there's always three sides to a story. So every side needs to be heard first before anyone can come with any conclusion.
Which is not happening in the media, I tell you that.
Definitely
Social media
not.
people are just shooting out left, right, and center.
Without even knowing everything.
Exactly.
Anyway.
So situation was, it seems like Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez were at a pool party.
They're like at a house party.
Yeah, I don't know if it was Kylie's house or whatever. But
well, they went with Kylie and I think one of Megan's friends.
Okay.
Right?
This is back in, July, right?
Yeah.
In the summertime. Some would say summertime.
End up, they leaving the party.
Yep.
Meg Thee Stallion gets shot. Says that it was Tory Lanez. It ends up coming out that Tory Lanez seems to be
allegedly the shooter.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
She came out with a video on Instagram stating, this nigga shot me.
Well, first we got to talk about how she didn't come out first by stating he was the one who shot her, right?
We have to look at it subjectively and kind of be very critique when we're looking at all the aspects, right? Because there's so many pieces to this story. And I'll tell you right now off the top of my head, it's a goddamn mess with this whole goddamn story. It doesn't matter which side you listen to. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And there's so many people just jumping on sides, bandwagoners, people for different movements, or whatever the case may be. But the whole gist of it is they went to a party. Something must have happened. And even in Tory Lanez, it said, hey, Tory Lanez said he was showing affection to Kylie and Megan didn't like it. Some beef must have sparked from that and it dragged off into the car until after the party. And then allegedly from Megan Thee Stallion's mouth, she got out the car because she didn't want to deal with all the drama, walking away, got shot. And then went back into the car, and then that's when the police came and then took them all out the car.
Right.
And that's where you saw Tory Lanez sprawled out on the middle of the street with a helicopter light on him.
Now, I was hearing that her back was turned. So how was she able to know that it was actually Tory Lanez who shot her?
Well, that's what she said in her story.
Right.
And that's what Tory said in her song, right? So that's another mess inside the whole story that we're hearing right now.
Yeah. So, I mean, I remember when this whole situation came out, everybody was jumping on fuck this nigga, deport him. This nigga's trash.
He's 5'2".
How dare he? He's 5'2". Protect our black
he was pretty
queens.
much a human punching bag at the time.
But my thing with this whole scenario was that, for one, the whole thing just sounded strange. Tory Lanez shooting Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. To me, just
both feet
just seemed like red flags. You know what I mean? Like
right.
So I wasn't gonna go out there and just be like, "Yo, fuck this guy," whatever, right?
Yeah.
I said, let me hear both sides of the story, because for the most part, until this week, we only heard one side.
Yeah,
right.
And it wasn't making sense to me. You know what I mean? Man never got charged.
Right.
Never got arrested.
Well, he did get arrested.
Or they never
They never charged him.
Or
Whatever the case is, my thing was is usually when you get arrested for something, where's the mugshot?
Okay.
So you're basically saying he got detained.
He got detained.
Right.
We're just going off of what Megan was saying. So
exactly,
obviously we don't want to be insensitive. We want to make sure that, we take her word for face value. But at the same time, as I said earlier, there's always three sides to a story.
Right.
So I'm just saying, why wasn't there a mugshot presented?
Right.
So when that information was presented, when it said Tory's weight and height and stuff like that wasn't attached to a mugshot? Or where did they get that information from?
I'm not even sure, but
because clearly he's based off his songs, he's 5'7", bitches. He's not 5'2".
Yeah.
Right. So is that information that was presented to the social media, was that actually accurate? Because I don't think you could mix up 5'2" and 5'7". That doesn't make no sense to me.
There's great discrepancy there.
Yeah, but back to like the album. So for the most part, we heard Meg Thee Stallion's her situation. She said that, listen, this guy shot me. He comes up with an album now, and from what he's saying is that, listen, it seems like there was a little bit of a jealousy. He was feeling Kylie. There must have been some sort of flirtation. You know, Brampton mans get. You know what I mean?
A little bit soft on the B side, even though that place is looking like Grand Theft Auto right now. All the crap that's
you
going
gotta
on
be up the
over
Brampton, man. I don't know.
Okay,
we get a lot of hate, but we gotta be up Brampton. But anyways, you know, it must have been some, flirting between both of them.
Well, what did the song lyric actually say though? Because the song lyric was basically this:
Okay.
Kylie Jenner looks like an angel, and then he called Megan Thee Stallion, yeah, you're my bitch. So a lot of black women are kind of upset with that because it's like you're gonna call you as a black man is gonna call this white woman, or where are they from? Armenian. You're gonna call this Armenian, which still is white in my opinion.
My white Nubian queen.
My white Nubian queen. Oh, she looked like an angel. That's why I was like flirting with her, even though I came with you, my bitch.
Right. Yeah.
Nigga, you gonna call me your bitch? What about your Nubian queen? What about your princess? What about you? Something?
So she must have felt away.
She did, 100%.
100% felt away. And listen, I don't know Meg Thee Stallion personally, but I'm sure she's not taking no shit. You know what I mean? She seems to be a strong person.
Let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
You bring a girl to a house party.
Right.
Yeah.
She's black.
Yeah.
You guys been fucking.
Yeah.
She start flirting with Todd, or Kip, or Skip, or
Tanner,
whatever name you want to. Jonathan.
Yeah.
Jonathan III, Esquire.
Jonathan III.
How would you feel?
No doubt.
You'll feel away. You'll definitely feel
justified that she has a right to be pissed off.
We're not saying she's not justified.
No.
I'm not saying that. I'm just painting a clear picture on what it looks like from both sides.
Right. So listen, there's no reason, or there's no, I guess, what can I say? She has all the right reasons in regards to having sort of animosity towards this guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyways, that's what happens. They end up leaving. Some sort of conflict happened, argument, whatnot.
Yeah.
She's walking away.
Yeah.
Allegedly, she gets shot. She doesn't see, and that's what Tory said, like, how you pointed me out, and your back was turned. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know who else was around that could have.
Well, my also thing too is like, why was he? What was he apologizing for? Because he did kind of come up with an apology.
Did he?
Right?
He apologized because he was flirting with another girl while he was posing.
So that's what he was apologizing.
Of course, because if you go to a club with a girl, right, and you guys are fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like courtesy, and she's not a little hood rat. She's a big star.
Yeah.
So she's not going to want to feel disrespected. Neither should any woman or any man want to feel disrespected by the person they invite to a party.
Right.
So if you invite me to a party as a woman, and then you start flirting with the next man, I'm like, oh, what the fuck?
I'm out of here.
I'm going to dip. I'm not going to cause no headache or nothing. I'm saying, all right, that's what you feeling. I'm out of here. Or I'm going to pick up a next girl, do the same thing you're doing. Right? But some people are different. She probably just got mad, said, let me style on this 5'2", 5'7" nigga. Right?
She probably was body.
Hey,
she like, yo,
bro, listen to me.
Yeah. Of course, because
she's not a small woman.
She's for 5'10".
She's an Amazon.
Yeah.
So
she's built proper.
And she look like she's thick. She's dense. Her body's solid.
Squashing, basically.
She's gonna fuck. Like if you put them both in this room right now and said, no weapons, fight.
Yeah, he'll get done off.
I ain't gonna lie, Tory, man.
We seen how you play basketball.
We seen you play basketball, a lot of stuff. And Megan, I see her. She gonna. I will probably put money that she gonna probably take you out.
Yeah,
she grabs it
handily.
But anyways, back to like what we were talking about. So at the beginning of this whole situation, everybody shitting on this guy, blah blah blah, canceling whatever.
Oh yeah.
We never heard his side.
Yeah.
Now we hear his side, and now it's still fuck this guy. Rick Ross came out like telling
he bought him an electric car, a smart car,
or something like that. Told him the boss up. J.R. Smith is still talking shit.
He said your album's gonna go double acrylic or something like that.
Like Ross said that?
Yeah.
It was in a number one on Apple right now.
Number one stream on Apple Music.
So I don't know what Rick Ross is talking about.
But controversy sells anyway, so that was bound to happen anyway.
Well, here's the thing, right? Even a lot of people on social media say, "Hold on, wait, Ross, you're going to go against Tory with his lyrics or what he has allegedly done to
considering
your lyrics and your song, right? Like you're talking about date rape and drugs,
right?
Exactly.
So it's like, women, are you going to side with a man that says in his lyrics he date rapes women, but then stands on the other side of someone allegedly shooting another woman. Like,
And
it's
that-
just weird.
Rick Ross has been educated since then, yo. He's been taught.
So he's saying he learned from there.
He
so he's
learned-
like,
he
okay, let me be an advocate for the black woman.
Right,
then.
right,
Okay,
right,
hey,
right.
that is a possibility. Men do learn, evolve, and grow.
Right.
But it's
But-
still,
but if that's the case-
hold on, just to jump on that, is it really them evolving and growing, or is it, you know what? Let me just protect my back. I don't want any sort of heat
Yeah.
on me.
no, forget about protect
No,
your
I
back.
just being an
It's-
opportunity.
No, I don't think it's
I
him
f-
evolving. I think he knows
the game.
he's been what's
Doctrinized.
you know when you do something to a dog, like when a dog
Trained.
gets
He's
trained,
been
yeah, he's been
trained.
trained. Yeah, now he knows his boundaries. and,
But
you
the
know.
thing is,
Straight
I
up.
feel like a lot of these guys that are talking, they're just being opportunists, basically.
Absolutely.
and that's where it comes from, right? Because if you
Absolutely.
look at when he posted it, why are you tagging Wingstop?
Mm-hmm.
Because you
Right.
know this is gonna get mad views, and when people
Exactly,
see Wingstop,
right.
even if you get 10,000 people follow
Yeah.
Wingstop,
And
that's
that's wh-
10,000 goddamn data points that
Yeah.
you get.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
And this is one of the reasons why I don't really take people seriously when they come out and say stuff on social media. Because if you could text a person and talk to them man to man, what's the whole point of putting the information out there in social media, right? So there's obviously an agenda that a lot of these men that are coming out speaking against him is like, why all of a sudden when you could have been saying that from the get go?
Well, you have to ask yourself this question, right? Who is the main consumer? And I'm talking about in the black community when it comes to purchasing albums and stuff like that.
White people.
No, in the black
In
community.
the black community,
Oh, in
sir.
the black community.
Women.
Women.
Is it a-
Women.
Yeah,
Women.
right? So when you go to these concerts,
Mm-hmm.
it's like 70% women, 30% men,
Yeah.
right? So if you disrupt 70% of the people that are paying for your
Right.
tickets, that's a stupid business move.
Again,
So a smart business move is say, you know what,
Yeah.
let me protect the people that are putting more money in my pocket
Right,
and
right.
jump sides.
and because at the end of the day, regardless if Tory Lanez is telling the truth or not, nobody's gonna come back on Rick Ross or J.R. Smith or
Oh,
whoever saying,
none of that.
"Yo, why would you say that against Tory Lanez?" They're gonna be like, "Oh, thank you for standing out there and,
Right, right.
and
Exactly.
protecting our black queens."
So it's a
quote,
business.
unquote.
It's pretty much a business ploy.
It's a marketing thing.
It's
Yeah,
a
marketing.
marketing thing, man. And
thing.
if you
That's it,
look at
man.
it, listen, man, I work in the marketing space. It's all about getting people's eyeballs. So it doesn't matter if you're jumping in front of bad press or good press. It's how do you get there so you're seen,
Right.
right? So if I made a video and just tagged Tory Lanez or Megan Thee Stallion during this times, you're gonna get people looking at it because it's a hashtag.
Yeah, I was about to say.
So
that's
you
like
can't really
hashtag-
look at people's outside opinions and be like, oh man, this person's writing for us. That's good because you're not looking at it objectively. You're looking at it subjectively, where anybody's opinion matters, and that's where it's so
That's why
messy.
social media is a dangerous place because it's like, as I said, everyone is just running with one side
Well,
of
the
the
problem-
story. So
This whole cancel culture, man. Like, we're quick. As soon as we hear a little piece of info about something,
right,
without even getting the actual facts or anything,
especially when it's dealing with a black male too.
yeah, we're ready to cancel them.
Exactly.
we cancel
It-
faster,
on site,
and we
quick.
cancel faster, right? Because I think people put them on a higher pedestal.
Well, the black community puts all these celebrities on a higher pedestal.
especially
But they
if you're
got
black.
which
they got
is
targets
another-
on their back and the front. Doesn't matter
Yeah.
because if you look at it, why would you make a 17 EP album saying you didn't do it and then lie? If you do that and then something happens and you're found out that you've been lying, your career is really done,
Right.
right? So
Right,
it's like
right.
this is
Now-
kind of a big kind of.
And I think the reason why he waited this long to speak out is because he just wanted to hear everyone else's opinion, see who's taking whose side, who's giving him a chance.
I think that plus, I'm sure he was dealing with some sort of legal stuff in the background.
Oh,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
that's for
lawyers
sure.
probably advising him like, listen, you need to let's clear this all out. Let's
Mm-hmm.
make sure you're in the clear before we even have you come out and speak. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
So
now,
here's my thing now. If Tory didn't shoot Megan, who shot her?
who shot you?
separate the weak from the obsolete. Hard to creep the Brooklyn streets.
So wait. So how many other people were there? Was her a next girl?
The driver,
wasn't
her
what
biggest
driver-
friend,
But
the
didn't
driver.
Secure- and then-
Kylie Jenner expose the whole situation? Wasn't it her?
What did I think
No,
she
didn't she-
did
wasn't
say
she-
so.
I don't know
brought
about
it out?
that. Pardon?
Isn't she the one that brought it out, like in the first place, like brought it to public? Like
I don't
about
think so.
Tory shooting her?
I can't co-sign that. I don't know for sure.
That
I don't think
know.
so, to be honest with
Maybe
you.
it's probably one of the stories.
Because I think they had some kind of falling out, and I think she had said something, but not to the effect
Who
that
had the falling out? Just to be clear,
Kylie Jenner and Megan Thee Stallion.
after or before?
This is, I think, at the time.
Well, because maybe the flirting thing, right?
Yes,
the flirting
exactly.
Situation, right?
So she must have said, I'm not sure if she said anything because I guess she wasn't there to actually see it, so she couldn't have said, okay, well, Tory Lanez shot her, right? But she said something to the effect that I don't even know, but it had something to do with their falling out. But I don't know for a fact that she said Tory Lanez is the one who shot Megan Thee Stallion.
So even in some of his songs, right, you have him calling out almost everybody under the sun, right? Even in his first song that he debuted at midnight, he basically said, he put all these sound bites from like The Breakfast Club calling him the donkey of the day.
Yeah.
All these other sound bites of people calling
Joe from Joe Budden's was like canceling this motherfucker, saying, yo, this nigga's weak, this nigga's this nigga's that.
So on that whole topic of cancel culture,
and simp culture. We'll get into that another day.
We'll dive into simp culture
We'll
probably today or at another time. Why is the black community so quick to use the cancel culture without having all the information?
Right. And that's one thing I've never understood about this whole cancel culture thing is like, you don't have all the information, but yet you're quick to cancel shit.
Listen, man. Black folks, at the end of the day, and our problem is we base a lot of our decisions on emotions. We're not trying to get no facts. We're not trying to figure out the truth. It's just whatever we feel at that time, we're just blurting it out there.
So basically you're saying it's emotional driven.
Emotional driven.
Yeah, it's always emotional driven.
Well, but here's another thing, right? So for instance, Vlad, who's another podcaster, basically trashed the Minister Farrakhan.
Fuck that guy, Vlad. Shout out to Minister Farrakhan.
So Minister Farrakhan, everybody probably knows him if you don't do some research on him. Vlad must have said some stuff about him that's basically on the same level how Nick Cannon said some anti-Semitic stuff to the Jew culture. So then there's a few artists out there that saying
Rick Ross said something, right?
No,
about
it was
that.
more Lord Jamal and yeah. So basically they're saying we need to cancel this guy because if anybody in the black community said something about a white or a Jewish community,
they'll cancel us.
We get canceled by them on the supreme level.
This is pretty much what happened to Nick Cannon.
Exactly. Yeah. But what's happening is they're not canceling him. We're canceling him because of something that we got on half the story. Right. Like the Nick Cannon, we all heard what he said. Now it's up for interpretation, but we heard it firsthand.
Right.
We never seen what happened in that vehicle with the shooting. We only heard was one side of the story, and then we came to a conclusion from a half a story to now cancel a person who was a talented artist.
Right.
Because you don't do quarantine radio, which I ain't gonna lie, during that hard times, everybody was tuning in and loving this.
Absolutely.
And he even said in the song, it's like, you guys were loving me when it was quarantine
was
radio.
It down.
Quarantine.
But now all of a sudden it's fuck you, Tory?
Yeah.
Like what the fuck is going on, right? And this is the society that we live in, is where you could say something about somebody, and as long as it follows a certain narrative, you are canceled.
Right.
So you said that you're talking about how the black community cancels, right? Now, just like you said about Vlad, we're trying because he said something about minister. We want to cancel.
So Lord Jamal and them, they want to cancel him. Hey, we're not going to support you because most of the supporters come from black people because he interviews
all of his songs.
And here, hold on,
just to kind of quickly jump on this Vlad situation. I don't get why people keep going to this guy.
Yeah.
They always call him a vulture culture. They say he's an undercover, works for the police or whatever. But they continuously, even Charlamagne the God came back on the Man Show after he kind of banned him for a minute. It's like, why you guys keep supporting? We preach black this, black that, black that.
But then we go back to these spaces.
Still going to these same spaces where we know they're taking advantage of us.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what are you doing?
And that's where I think the black community needs to look internally and it's like, what are we doing here?
We like being exploited, basically.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, we're not all on one page, because like you said, Lord Jamal might say, yo, Bob, I'm not going to deal with, we're not going to deal with him. But then somebody else, you're going to see the man still uploading, DJ Vlad still uploading
100%,
clips
right?
to
So
this day,
Lord Jamal and Godfrey, who's a comedian, they're both pushing this narrative, say, yo, ban this guy until he apologized. And they even asked him to apologize. And
even
he
if
said,
he does apologize,
I'm not apologizing for what I said.
Yeah, he said he'll apologize if Minister comes onto his show.
Because he wants more views. So you have to look at it.
He's trying to market the apology.
He is a vampire to the black culture.
It's condescending,
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we need to relax on this cancel culture until we get the full story, right? And I think one person that got canceled, which is justifiably, was it Kevin Spacey?
Kevin
He ain't
Spacey.
black though.
No, I mean like how it is. Even the white culture.
That was like, that was sexual assault.
Yeah, but
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Rape accusations.
They had it was actually facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
But
that,
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to say is like that was justified. You had all the information. All platforms took his movies down and was like, no, this guy's a
I'm not gonna lie,
pedophile.
that-
Yeah,
that
but
last
see, the
season
thing
of House
is-
of Cards was
but-
horrible without him, though, man. I'm not even gonna
Oh,
front.
of course you can't.
I'm not even gonna front.
I don't
man.
watch that.
You
show.
can't take away the
That was
main
my
character
show,
and think it's not gonna
man.
fuck
That
up,
was-
right?
right.
Like,
Okay, but the thing is though, you're talking about white people canceling white people. They have the power to do that in terms of
Exactly.
they can remove him from his show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They can remove him from, they have the media to
They control
They
the media
pretty
to
much
do what they
control
want
You know what I mean? It's
everything.
like CNN, Washington Post, New
Yeah.
York. Listen, we don't have New York Times saying, cancel DJ Vlad. You know what I mean? We don't have Washington Post saying that. So for them to cancel one of their, if they want to push it, the cancellation, it's easier for them on that level, right?
No, 100% what you're getting at. But what I'm trying to say is they get the full information and then they make action. We make actions too quickly
okay.
without having
So
both sides of the story.
So
and the
basically, to
truth.
go off what you're saying, we take action off of emotions without actual
Absolutely.
facts.
Right.
And on top of that, it's detrimental to ourselves.
Right.
So if it's a black man
It's
mess
dangerous,
up,
yeah.
fucking torch him.
And that's what I was saying. It's dangerous with this whole
Where-
Tory
with-
Lanez situation.
Exactly. Where was Kevin Spacey? They needed 100% facts, and then they canceled him.
Right,
which
right,
we need
right.
to follow suit because how many people have we canceled within the last year?
A handful.
You see what I'm saying?
Who's been who have we like?
So we canceled Bill
Who
Cosby.
haven't we canceled?
We canceled Bill Cosby,
R. Kelly, of course.
R. Kelly,
But see, the thing is,
Chris Brown at one point.
Okay,
Yeah.
but the Bill Cosby thing that was more driven by white society.
No,
the cancellation. They were really pushing it because the media was behind it and everything. Right.
Right.
Black woman was ahead of the whole Me Too movement.
So then, who's really canceling? Okay, let's talk about the black community then.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
Who's really canceling people? Is it the black men or is it black women?
I think it's a combination of.
You think so? Really?
It's a
combination
mixture.
of the two.
It's a mixture
I
because
was,
why?
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
It's,
Simpson.
it's
Yeah, because I think
a
for
lot.
the most part, it's majority women
Yeah.
that come out and cancel.
I'll give you that.
because they
And
have
then-
more control. Basically.
And then you have these simp dudes that want the favoritism from the women and you know, whatever the fans, like you said. Bam.
Can I touch
let me,
on
Let me
that?
jump on. Oh, absolutely, man.
Could I touch on that? So we know a lot of consumerism is from let's say the black community is from black women,
Right, for
and
sure.
women in general,
Yeah.
right? And I know men that have businesses that are fully sustained or majority sustained by black women.
Mhm.
So as a black man and you have a business that is giving, and the only way that you're getting income and you know likes,
Yeah,
and
you have to look after your investment.
you have to look at the people that are pushing you.
Mm-hmm.
So if something happens in the black women space, even if they don't agree with it fully, they have to now condition their mind to now say
I want my business to survive.
So I got to do what?
Right.
I gotta
Got to kowtow
Submit.
to the
Yeah,
to
You
the
have
women,
to
right?
basically,
Yeah.
even if you don't have all the
submit to
information,
something that you don't really agree
you
with.
have to follow suit, right?
Right.
And it's almost just like the LGBTQ community is if something happens, you have to step in and say,
Yeah, you can.
you can't really talk against it or you're going to be labeled a certain way.
Right.
So it's like we have this whole culture shift where is if you don't follow suit and majority of your
Canceled.
business is women, you're going to get canceled. And if you
Absolutely.
get canceled,
Right.
you can't eat.
And it's like
Yeah,
you're not
but-
allowed to have your own opinion.
Is that really the case? Because look at Dave Chappelle, the man, his Sticks and Stone Netflix special.
Yeah.
he was talking against the LGBT, and the man won a Grammy.
Right.
You see what I'm saying
Right.
for that? So the thing is, and the money, the what he got, a $60 million deal from
He did,
Netflix.
yeah.
So
Before he even made that, though, just to give you a heads up.
okay, but the thing is, regardless though, the man, he still has the people that support him. Even
Right,
though
right.
he,
And that's what I'm trying to say is when we're going back to the Tory Lanez thing and we're saying who's really canceling him, black men or black women, it's a mixture of both because the black women are going to cancel them because it's purely, hey, we got to protect our black women.
And you can't
Just
really.
to-
And hold on, you can't really compare Tory Lanez to a David Chappelle. Dave
Forget
Chappelle.
about that. That Dave Chappelle thing. First of all, he's a comedian. So with a
Oh, yeah.
comedian, you get a little bit more freedom
You have leeway.
to kind of talk about whatever
Step
you want.
past borders.
You remember when Kevin Hart talked about the LGBT.
Oh, he had to apologize like 10 years later.
Jump on the Ellen DeGeneres.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And kind of, I don't even apologize, or he just said, I'm not going to speak about
No,
it.
he apologized.
He apologized.
He did.
10 years.
He
Like,
because they were ready to get this guy out of here, right?
I think what they do with cancel culture is they dig back into your past.
Right.
Because I think he made that comment like,
like
years.
time ago.
10 years.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he had to go back.
It was
and
like
say,
a good 8 years or something like that ago.
and
too.
that's what we're talking about. It's like, yo,
I think
I've grown since.
Yeah.
Like I've donated
Right.
to LGBT communities.
to your point, I think he did apologize once, and he was like, "Yo, listen, I'm not gonna go around."
Apologize.
Like, no,
Apologize.
because the
Every
thing
time
is,
it gets
he
brought up,
apologized at the time,
Oh, okay.
Yes.
and then went through, and then I guess he got invited
because
to host MTV Awards and all these things.
He was going to host the Oscars.
Yeah,
Right.
And then because that came up, they were like, "Oh,
We need
why are you gonna?"
apology.
Yeah, we need
Yeah, we need
another
another
apology. He said,
apology.
"Forget it. You could
Like,
go
yeah,
find
So
somebody else."
he did make an apology,
Yep.
but he said, "I'm not hosting."
Correct.
Yeah, because you know what he initially
He
said.
said, "What's the point?"
Initially, he said, "I'm not apologizing."
Exactly.
And then there was so much backlash. Then he said, "All right, you know what? I'll apologize, but then I'm stepping
That's
back
it.
away from
Yeah.
you know."
And you know what?
hosting
I tip my hat to him because, honestly, how is the media going to force you to do something
That you've already done.
that you already done?
Come on, man.
It's like you go and take
You
your
have to.
your SATs or you written the bar
Yeah.
and you pass, and they're like, no. We need you to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll be like, are you
Do it
serious?
in this format.
Do it in this format. I want it in script, not
Yeah.
not
Not
circular.
everybody got
They
to
just
see
want
that.
to make sure he's still in submission. That's what it is.
That's what it is,
They
man. Look what they did in the
follow up,
canon, man. They
Oh,
They
That
had
was
been,
quick,
man,
and that was quick. That was within the day too.
Yeah.
They
yeah, that was
canceled him.
bad.
man
Because
celebrating Hanukkah
usually it
now.
takes a couple days
This guy
for you to
said-
get canceled. Within a matter of
Got the Torah, huh?
within a matter of a day, they canceled.
So
Yeah.
let's get back on the whole Tory and Meghan, right? So I will tell you my opinion. I'll go around and ask everybody their
what's your
opinion.
opinion?
My opinion on the story is a fucking goddamn mess. I don't believe nothing what neither of these people say.
Right.
I do feel that Meghan was harmed in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how she was
How?
harmed and who harmed her.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my perspective. I can't jump on either one of their sides and be like, oh my God, Tory was wrong, or oh my God, Meghan's lying.
Mm-hmm.
But I know for a fact I don't know the truth.
Yeah.
And if I don't know the truth,
Was
the only time I'll take a side if I don't know the truth is if something happened to my mom or some of my close friends or family members. Then I'm jumping blindly. But in
Right.
this
Right.
situation,
Right.
I don't know any of these people.
Right.
So I need to jump. I don't need to take a side.
Yeah.
I don't know if he shot her or someone else
You're
shot
not
Meghan.
biased towards any side.
I have no bias. So to
Right.
me, when I get the facts, I'm looking and I'm like, you know what? This shit's a mess. Nothing is adding up.
Mhm.
I don't know who did nothing. She was harmed, and she shouldn't have been harmed. She shouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
been shot.
Yeah.
But I don't know who shot her, and that's just my take on it. I can't jump aside, just like these other people out here jumping sides without the full story. That's just
Right.
madness to me. What about you guys?
For myself, I'm gonna be honest with you. When this whole situation first started, it just sounded fishy to me. To be honest with you, like the whole scenario sounded fishy.
Like a Jussie Smollett?
Yeah, kind of like that. It was just like Tory Lanez shot Meg Thee Stallion in the foot. That doesn't even.
Yeah. Because
I don't know Tory Lanez.
Because when I
obviously,
first
but-
heard it, I was like, really? Like you're a
Yeah.
superstar.
Yeah, but now that listening to his album, you know, in comparison to what she was saying,
Yeah.
you know, if I had to pick a side, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm gonna go with Tory.
Now,
I don't.
Would you say because you're looking at a man perspective or a
Uh,
logical perspective?
I'm just logical.
Mhm.
I mean, listen. Even if she didn't want to press any charges, I know that was the whole story. She didn't want to press no charges to protect him or whatever.
Right.
If somebody fires a gun, the cops are gonna do the investigation, and they're gonna find out whoever shot that gun. They're getting charged regardless if you press
you don't
charges
need a
or
witness.
not.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a black man too.
Oh,
Especially if you're a black man.
Like,
You know what I'm saying?
You're
So-
not. You can't protect the black man.
For Tory Lanez to not get charged or arrested or whatever,
Mhm.
like to me, it seems like a dead issue right now. I don't know if there's any legal aspect to this this whole situation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to side with him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get
For
what
me,
you're
I still want to give. I still want to hear some more information because it's like. I mean, it's like you were saying earlier. It's just messy from the beginning, and it's like if someone shot you, so you're basically saying that saving his career meant more to you being served justice.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and now all of a sudden you're coming out saying all these things, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't understand. Like, at the end of the day, I want to hear both sides of the story, and then I also want to hear the truth. In that case,
you ain't gonna get the truth, bro.
We ain't gonna get the truth. We heard both sides.
Bro, yeah, you get the truth from mixing.
Who do you believe, nigga?
Side 1 with side 2.
Well,
A and B. What are you gonna do?
I would have. I hate to say it, I would take Tory's side.
Why do you? Well, can I ask
why
do you have to? Why do you have to hate it?
The reason why I hate to say it is because it's like, if someone shot you,
yeah,
and if you clearly didn't see who this person who shot you, who it was, like, why are you protecting? And then out of nowhere, you came out saying all these things now, saying that his publicist, his team is lying, this and that. My thing is this: if you know your side of the story is true, say your piece and let the rest take care of itself.
I hear you. So let me play devil's advocate. If I got shot, or let's say you got shot,
okay,
and you turn around and you see me with a gun in my hand.
That's different.
That's different though. I know what you're trying to get at.
That's what I'm getting at, because if
if
Megan got shot, she says, Jesus Christ, someone shot me in my foot. And she turned around and Tory's out there, a gun half his size in his right hand. Who are you gonna?
But that's the assumption
that's an assumption
that he had the gun in his hand and everything.
Exactly.
I don't think. What
I'm trying to say is that's where I think people on the Megan side are looking at it. It's like, listen, why would she say he shot her if he didn't have a gun in his hand, it was smoking, and my feet are hurt?
Unless she's trying to protect somebody else.
That's the other story.
Right.
So
but who's she protecting though? Like,
we don't know. There's so many different stories out there.
That's why I was saying it's hard to really take a side, even though I said I would take Tory's side.
Exactly. I just playing devil's advocate so we can see.
So I'm not really fully on that one side. It's just that with the information that's now presented and my suspicions from earlier on, going together now with what he's saying is like it's still kind of mixy.
Definitely mixy.
And if someone who shot you and you're still trying to protect them is like, okay, what? Like
that to me, I think was the biggest thing in my thing. If someone blasted me, and I'm
like
not
if
looking,
it was one of us,
I'm not looking at it as a man perspective, because the man perspective, I'm looking like, listen, this person shot me, I'm gonna go back around and deal with his case. But as a woman, you can't really go and deal with another man's case. Tell the police.
Right.
Tell the police.
She said
this man shot me. I don't care about protecting black men. This black man is not protecting black women.
Right.
He's shooting black women. Why would you protect a man that is shooting black women?
But that seems to be the argument with a lot of black women. It's like we always hear the women always state that they're always here protecting black men.
Right.
And this is the way that they treat us.
This is not the time. Black women, I'm saying this to you right now. All right. And Tech Man, please put some nice mellow music over this. Black women. This is not the time to protect black men if they're the one that is harming you. Where you're at the point where you're saying black men is more detrimental or destroying the black woman than racism is, then this is not the black men that you need to protect, right? You need to protect the black men that are actually out there to protect you. Because if you're going to protect a black man that's doing this to a black woman, what happens later on in life? Do they attack another black woman and another black woman to the point where someone actually loses their lives? Where it just takes a few feet and then she gets shot in the heart or in the kidneys or whatever, and then she dies.
And sometimes black women protect black men to a fault.
And I'm trying to tell you guys, is if it's serious on that situation, you should not be protecting them.
Right.
Yeah, but that's all based off of whether it's true or not.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I'm just saying,
she said she didn't say nothing in the first place to protect him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the thing is, here's my thing. There's people with them. Remember, there was multiple. There was another woman that was arrested that was with him when Megan was taking out the car or whatever.
Right.
Right. There was people that witnessed.
Yeah, there's
the
footage.
shooting,
There's footage there.
So the thing is, hold on. My thing is this. Why is nobody else talking?
Driver.
They seen what
Kylie.
was going on.
Security.
So the thing is, and that's the problem, yo. We can't take, like, we're supposed to sit here and choose a side or whatever, or we're trying to judge the situation. But there's people that seen what happened, that were there, they heard what happened, and they're not saying nothing.
It should be a closed case.
They should be talking, and then then it goes back to with black people. We see certain shit guans, and then we don't say nothing,
and then get mad,
and then. You know what I mean? We get mad.
Yeah.
We can't figure out who did what.
We can't solve it because people want to keep their mouth shut.
Yeah, people, exactly. So
that's that no snitching culture, right?
You see what I'm saying? So, no, I can't. Me personally, I'm not taking nobody's side.
I can't take a side.
No one's giving no information.
Right.
Someone's saying they shot, and this next person saying they didn't shoot.
Right.
listen, it's stupidness.
But yo, let me ask you guys a question, because ever since this whole Meg Thee Stallion situation came up, I've seen a lot of memes in regards to, are black women the most disrespected people on the planet Earth?
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say black people in general, but more so, yes, the black woman.
And why so?
Because it's like no one really generally cares for them.
Interesting.
So,
like what? Sorry,
I'll give my opinion on that.
Yeah,
I do. Oh, if you have something to finish off, go ahead. Okay, I'll go. Black women are the most disrespected race, but I think it's allowed, right? And I'm not saying you guys, go ahead and disrespect us, but you have rappers singing about bitches, hoes, this and that and that. But then you have the video vixens in there dancing to it, right? You'll go into a woman's car right now, black woman's car. They have the most raunchiest fucking lyrics in that whole CD rotation. And it's nothing but destroying what black woman is.
Right.
Use a hoe, use a slut, use a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. So it's like, if you as a group of people don't want to be disrespected, stop allowing the people to disrespect you.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that it's your fault, because
you can't put all the
there's
blame
more fault
on
on the black man that's disrespecting you.
Right.
But a lot of women condone it to a point where it's like,
they're conditioned to it, so they feel like
it's a conditioning. Because I'll tell you this, growing up in the hood, you call a girl a bitch, they get mad after a while until you call her a bitch in the bed, and it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Listen, even WAP, yo. When WAP came out, I seen bare black women defending it. They're sitting there talking about,
well, men have been saying this.
Teddy Pendergrass been talking about sex in his songs. So what's wrong with? You know what I mean?
No problem.
So, you know,
I don't know if they're to me, I still think the black man is the most disrespected people on the planet Earth when it comes to.
I would disagree, but let me hear your point of view.
I don't know, man. I think when we look at the total poll, listen, black women have a lot of avenues that they could get support from other social programs and whatnot. Black men, I'll be honest with you, whether it's in the corporate world, whether it's in general society, for the most part, we're just looked down on so much. You know what I mean? We're feared. Nobody wants to hear our opinion. Right now, when you look at the Black Lives Movement, I mean, for the most part, any sort of vocalization about black issues is from black women. And you could say it's that black men aren't stepping up, which I don't think is necessarily the case.
No, it's definitely not the case.
I think it's for the most part, nobody wants to hear the black man's opinion on these type of. Again, we're moving to more of a matriarchy as a society in the black community than
the original patriarchy.
I have a question to you for that. So what would you say to someone that would say, okay, well, black men have more privilege than women?
What kind of privilege do we have?
Whereas we control certain things that.
Hold on, wait. What do we control? Don't say control certain things.
Please tell me.
What does the black man control besides? Because I don't know what they control.
And listen, at the end of the day, we're both. I don't want to make this a case in regards to
a black versus white,
black
woman
versus
black.
Yeah. We're both disrespected. We're both at the end of the day. To be honest, if we're gonna be very blunt in regards to the total poll,
we're second last in the race.
Yeah.
Second last.
What's last?
Native Indians, man, they're almost fucking wiped out, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
I ain't gonna front.
Listen,
I would even say that because they have their own culture. They have their own land.
Listen, a lot of Native Indians in America are actually black.
That's true.
They've
That's
been
true.
reclassified.
There's some of them that's affiliated with Minister Farrakhan.
They've been reclassified as Negro. So they're even more disrespected because they're not even recognized as Native.
Okay, so I'll clarify. What he's saying is the black Native American is like the actual bottom of the totem pole.
I don't even know if I would say that because again, they have their own strong culture that their own beliefs, their own religion and whatnot, their own way of speaking, their own language. Sorry.
Yep.
They literally have their own land.
No, but the thing is though, you have to understand when you go to these reserves, they have chiefs that are set up above them, like that run these reserves that are set up by the government.
Well,
and
that's a difference.
And they're $5 Indians. That means they're white. There's white people.
But that
are set up as the chiefs.
But that is something
that's the next topic we can go into.
But that's the next topic.
That's the next topic.
That's the next topic in regards to the Native community needs to deal with. But for the most part, they have at least an infrastructure where they could, if they were. And I don't want to talk about. I don't know Native issues like that.
But
they have the framework
where they can depend on themselves.
They have the framework in regards to if they wanted to build an uprise on their land, they could. Now, if they have the wrong type of people on there, that's a different type of scenario that they got to deal with. We don't have that.
Yeah, but
we don't have a set of land or
what I'll say to combat
or not pay taxes or anything like that.
So I'll combat that just to end the topic because we don't want to. That sounds like a total different episode.
No, I don't even want to talk about that.
But what I was saying is. We have Africa, we have the Caribbean, we have a lot of black land we can go through.
Right.
Compared to them, if they got wiped out by the white man, they have nowhere to go to. So they're kind of like done. But when it comes to specifically the black men and the black women, I'll say I'll go against yours, and I'll say yes, the black woman is more disrespected just because the fact that they allow black men to disrespect them on another level into the music that they like, because in the music,
isn't that them disrespecting themselves at that point then?
Of course, but it's still them at the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah, still them at the bottom.
So I would say this. Sorry, Dwayne. You wanted to say something earlier.
I can't even remember. I lost my train of thought now.
I was thinking about
I will say this.
Thinking about the natives.
Just to quickly, just we talking about the rundown. In the corporate world, we all, for the most part, work in the corporate world.
Yep.
Predominantly, except for Tech Man's doing his thing. But predominantly, for the most part, the people that we see in any sort of position of power, whether it's manager, a little bit higher, or whatnot, what is the gender?
Oh, black women.
Black women. Okay.
Black women's higher than, I put it this way, in the corporate businesses that I work in the financial industry.
Right.
Black women are the higher end when it comes to the pay scale and position titles than black men. Black men, it's almost that we're a threat. Where black men are looked at as threat, where black women are looked at as incompetent in a sort of way, right?
So what's it like working under black women?
I'll tell you this: in the industry that I work in, and the black women that I work with, they're amazing. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah.
They know the shit, especially the Caribbean black women. They will pull you to the side and be like, "Yo, you have to watch yourself because X, Y, and Z is going to happen."
That's true. That's true.
And they'll mentor you to be like, because I'll tell you this, black women care for black men more than black men care for black women.
Right.
And I'll be 100% transparent. That's what I see. Black men will be like, "Yo, fuck, black men, let me help you rise." Black women are like, "Okay, I see this talent in this black man.
Let me put him in a better
let me help him let me help him shine." Or they'll see 6 black men and say, how can I help the majority of these 6 black men? Where a black man will be like, "All right, let me hold this one black man and let me help him out." Where they probably won't look at the black woman and be like, "Let me help you out." Because if black women are more educated, that means in the corporate world, they should be higher. But a black man will try to push a black man more than a black woman, where a black woman will say, "Okay, which one of these 2 look like they have the attributes to actually be higher in the corporate world?
Right.
Let me take it." Because I actually had 2 black women. One was from Barbados, the other one's from Jamaica, and they're working the bank, and they were like, "Yo, you have the qualities. I know I have the qualities, but it's just I don't like working inside the corporate world. But like, don't worry, I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you insights. I'm going to give you feedback. I'm going to be candid with you." And I see it in them. I'm like, and they're dope. Like if I was reporting to them, I wouldn't have a problem because they'll give you the real, they'll tell you the real, and they'll help you get to the real. And I've worked under black men too, and I know, Jason, you have a different story from me. The black man is like, "Listen, man, if you can't give me no fucking numbers,
you're out of here.
I'm not really gonna fuck with you. I'll fuck with another person of a different race if I have to, just to make myself look good." Where the black woman be like, "I'm gonna help you get up no matter what."
Right.
Now I want to hear Riley's side. I know you have a different story from my side.
For my own personal career, for the most part, it was a black man that really put me under his wing and got me to where I am today. I mean, listen, I'm not running my the corporation that I work at, but I mean, before him, it was looking pretty gloom and meek. You know what I mean?
It was a little dark.
It was dark, man. You know, just taking those calls, man, that's a struggle. But so for me, for the most part, I do see black women and a lot of black women in the company that I work for. They do a lot of great things. You know, I've been in meetings with them. I've heard them talk, I'm just like, yeah, this is
They're down for the cause.
down for the cause. Now, with regards to them, utilizing their position in regards to moving up black men, I haven't seen that. I've seen them use that to move up black women.
Oh, 100%.
They're definitely on the the women tip and whatnot.
Don't get me wrong. They will push a black woman before a black woman.
Yeah, of course.
At the end of the day, we're both disrespected, so it doesn't even matter.
So would you both say, is it better to have a black woman in charge to help out others, or is it better to have a black man in charge?
I guess this is
based on your experience.
So based off my
because everyone's experience is going to be different.
100%. So I'll give you my experience. A black woman has pushed me further when it comes to giving me information, giving me inspiration, whatever case may be, more than a black man.
Mm-hmm.
I've literally been in a position where the black man said, don't give him the job title.
Mm-hmm.
We can use him to give us results without paying him.
How old was the age group of the guy?
He was in his 40s, late 40s.
Oh, okay.
But he had a white wife. Oh, so it's very hard. It's very hard, right? And we could probably talk about this in the next episode to embellish it. But he had a white wife, where the black woman, she had a black husband.
Right.
Both of them had a black husband, and they will take time out of their life to be like, "Yo, what do you want to talk about?
Right.
You want to progress here? You want some inspiration here, or do you just want to vent? I'm here." Mm-hmm. They're just around, and it's that mother instinct, right? So they look at me like, oh, this could have been my son or my brother or whatever. So they nurture you. With the black man, like, listen,
I would agree
pick
with
up your
that.
fucking pace.
Yeah, because women are naturally programmed to just be nurturers and supportive. Whereas men is like, either you do it, and if you can't, you're out. They won't even try to work with you.
Yeah, true. Even with me, my experience is that a black woman that was in a higher position in the company I work with, she helped me as much as she could,
right.
Until the top dogs cut her off. You know what I mean? She did what was in her power, right?
Yeah, they'll go the extra mile for us.
Absolutely, man. Listen, shout out to the black women.
Shout out to the black 100%, man. We wouldn't be here without them, right? And I think there's a meme I posted where it says, "If black men tear down black women, we lose our support.
Right.
But if black women tear down black men, they lose their protection." So no matter what we do, if we're not for each other, I posted it, nigga. That's where you've seen it. if we're not
see what I mean? See what we mean by black men?
My credit. You sure that nigga wasn't you? You're talking about, man?
But the whole thing is basically saying is, if we tear down each other, we're losing something within ourselves. So we have to move as a unit. If we keep separating black men in Toronto are waste, which we'll talk about in another segment.
We'll definitely talk about that.
Then guess what? We're separated. Or if black men or black women are nothing but hoes and all they want to do is take you out on dates and eat your money.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? That we're not going to get anywhere as people. We need to squash these things, become one, and move forward. Right. And that's basically my opinion. But again, like we did the round table with Meg and Tory, I'm hearing two sides. Two sides are not making a whole. I'm not going to cancel somebody until I actually get the full details. That album, I haven't listened to the full album, but the 8 albums I listened to,
you mean
this man sounds like he's in love with Megan.
Yeah.
Like, listen, can we reconcile what we done?
And Tory, big up yourself for, that lyric on JoJo trying to cancel man. Yo, who are you?
Yeah, I didn't even know who that is. Yo, who's JoJo, man?
Say 2000.
It's like, listen,
trying to hear from you anyways.
He even broke down his lyric. He said, listen, if I look at both of you guys' streams, I'm on your feature.
Listen, man.
I contributed like 40 million streams.
Right.
You need the bad guy.
You're gonna cancel me? Like,
so you cancel yourself.
Yeah.
But you have to look at it. Is JoJo canceling him just to be on the side of the people that are canceling Tories, right?
Yeah, of course.
So you have to look at when people say shit, are they saying it because they actually mean it, or because they're looking at their financial?
Yeah.
Because when Megan was talking about all this, Tory shot me.
Where were they?
What was coming out?
Right. Nothing.
WAP.
WAP. Yeah. WAP was coming out, right?
That's a perfect media tool right there. Oh, she got shot. Let me listen to the shit and support it.
Yeah.
That's a deep thing people don't really look at. Tory, an artist, came out with a song, which artists do.
Yeah.
Confessions, Lemonade, Song Cry. I could go on and on about artists going on about their personal life. That's how they tell their story. They tell you through music.
Right.
And you're getting mad because he didn't go on live and tell you it real. He gave it to you in the form of a
song. Sorry, just to kind of wrap this up, I will say this, Tori, I didn't appreciate that, man.
You didn't appreciate that?
I was at work, middle of the night, waiting for the
You just wanted him to come on there and
like,
talk.
I didn't shoot nobody. fuck this chick. You know what I mean? I was ready to speak.
So there's
shit,
two people that are mad. There are people that are mad, like how you're mad.
I was just mad about that.
And people are mad because he didn't come on live and say, "Yeah, I shot her and I apologize."
No, I wasn't mad about that.
Not you, but some people are on that side, right?
I just wanted to come out and speak his truth.
Don't get me wrong. I was at midnight refreshing, like, yo,
Man,
we're the
I'm
team
like,
them. I want to hear the noise.
Doing the same thing too. But it was smart. It was smart marketing because I feel like doing
number
it
one
that
in
way.
Apple right now.
Yeah,
iTunes,
I think
whatever you want to call
because it benefits him financially too as well.
No doubt.
Because if he had just gone on
in his song, he lost 10 million.
Bro, that's probably nothing.
Oh, yeah, well,
I would actually shoot somebody over
The whole situation, because man, you have to picture this way: quarantine radio would have been the biggest thing right now.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it was the biggest thing when it was out. You can't do quarantine right now after you allegedly shot Megan. Right. And then on top of that, no one wants to hear what you have to say besides the story.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship. Yo, what happened to Chris Brown when he beat up Rihanna? Sprite.
Yeah.
Double gun.
Like,
nah. We ain't giving you this money. Just sit on your back, man. Hold that.
Just to wrap this up again, because I'm getting kind of wavy out here. Do we think that Do we think that Tory could, redeem himself, get back to where he was?
Hey! Look at Chris Brown.
He
redeemed himself.
And hold on, I don't want to keep bringing up Chris. If he ever listens to this, listen, Chris. We don't want to. I know you came out earlier. And
don't tie me to this bullshit.
Stop calling my name. Like I did my time. So. But yeah, I think he can redeem himself. So even though he didn't, I don't know if he actually even did anything. But
I'll put it this way: I'll put it on the same spectrum of Chris Brown.
Damn,
he could redeem himself, but not to the potential where he could have been. Mm-hmm. Because before the allegations of Chris Brown and Rihanna, he was on the trajectory to be the next Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think so?
Bro?
Think so?
Yeah, he was.
He was.
There's this
Michael
one song,
Jackson though. That's a big
but I mean, like of our time.
Yeah, he would never be Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson,
but he could be the Michael Jackson.
But he could have been like the LeBron James to Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
The Kobe to Jordan.
So what is he now? So what is he now? Kevin Durant?
He could probably still reconcile his career and be a Durant or a Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm. He's the top tier.
Okay.
Because, bruh, listen, the songs I listened to so far off that new album, his beats are still dope.
Yeah.
His lyrics are still
fire. We're talking about Chris
fire.
Brown, right?
I'm talking about
Tory. Oh, we're talking about
his
Tory.
beats are dope.
Okay.
His lyrics are still dope.
Yeah.
Right.
And his flow is blessed. Like, he's a good artist, man. So, to my standard, he can come back to an extent, but not because you're still going to have the naysayer saying, fuck you. You shot her.
Yeah.
I don't care if she says you didn't shoot her. I believe you shot her. Right?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say about.
That's always gonna hang over his head though.
Yeah, it's always gonna
be his Eeyore cloud.
Even if he comes back out, or it's always gonna be over his head.
Listen, I'm reading through these social media. These women, some of them are like, fuck, his music is fucking fire. I ain't gonna lie. I love this shit.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, man. People love what they love.
Mm-hmm.
And some people will be like, listen,
man, I still play R. Kelly, man.
Hey,
R. Kelly's bad.
I'm still playing R. Kelly's song.
Listen, I remember being in a club.
Notice I'm
and
still
I
still watch the Cosby Show.
I was in a party, an all-black party in Toronto, and they had a session where they played some R. Kelly music. There was not one girl that I've seen not mouth the lyrics.
Right. You're getting a slow wine off it, man. What do you mean?
Right. You're telling bro, his music transcends time.
Right.
He's a fucked up person for what he did.
Yeah.
Or
what the man's talented,
but he's talented, man.
Talented,
and that's the thing, man. When you have talent, man, you tend to in all cultures, all societies, you tend to overlook certain things, man.
That's the thing. But I'm trying to say, I was watching The Different World on Prime.
Yeah.
You telling me I got to cancel that shit too? And The Cosby Show?
And The Cosby Show?
Not everybody's doing that, man.
Right. Anyways,
man, I would like to thank you very much for joining one of our podcasts, especially during these times where black women feel like they're not loved. But I'm telling you right now, you are loved and you are favored in this world, right? So don't think we're here talking dirty about you. So my name is T, representing the Certified Podcast, Certified Vets. We got to my left.
You got Lean, a.k.a. Riley.
And you got Duke De Niro.
And John on the tech side.
I would like to thank you very much for your time of listening, and please stay tuned for more episodes as we be coming out. And here's our social handle.